Hi, hello, welcome back. And in this video, since in the last one we finished up the parse argument function, so in this one we will go back to the process argument function to figure out which command we want to it will match the arguments. And while doing that, since we have rewrote the parse argument without the dependencies, and we actually can take a look at the design, the overall design of the command itself. And because in the original design of the command, in version 6 and also in the last iteration when I'm working on this version 7, I didn't really think much about making changes to the existing design and just kind of follows the underlying system or underlying library, the minimis or the Yeoman argument parser, and do that because it's kind of well known, right? But with the new parse argument function, I kind of free myself from it, and so we will going to take a new look on the command design itself, and there's some interesting thing to share. So without further ado, let's get started. Right. So the first thing is let's take a look at the existing command. Right. So over here you can see that we separate the options to Boolean options, string option, and number options. And the way we organize it is like that, and it goes down. You can specify, well, actually the better way to do is just look at some examples, right? Some other examples. So well, probably not here. Let's take a look at the old one. Say for example like this, where we specify numbers or booleans or strings and define the options inside. Right. So that if you think about it, is actually pose a problem. What if the user, well, or the CLI creator specify the same option name with different types? Like for example, here I have an ABC number, and they can do something like this. They can create a boolean and also say ABC, right? So then what will happen? What is the how do we process it? What is the which one what was the type of the option when it comes in? Should I pass it as a boolean, or should I pass it as a number or as a string? Well, boolean and number is kind of more separate, but string, right? String versus number, right? Which one to pick, right? So in version 6 and before, I didn't really pay too much attention about it because again, other libraries, other well-known libraries are doing it that way, and we're just relying on the CLI creator to do the right thing, and most of the time, well, of course they do. Right? It doesn't make sense to create something confusing for the end user to use. Right? So it's okay, right? We can take that little edge case and just forget about it. But since now I look at this and we can rework on the things, then it doesn't make much sense to inherit that limitation or that inconvenience, or give it a chance to create such edge case. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something different. So what we will have is over here right now, because I still have some other code using the old type, so I don't want to mess around with it. So I'm creating a new one over here just for development. So then the command will have options. Well, it's optional options, and then the option type will be a record of string to make sure that they are all unique. And then inside this will be Boolean options, or number numeric options, or string options. Okay, like that. And we specify Boolean options as the type will be Boolean, so I'm using discriminate unions here, and then the rest will be the same. I still ensure that there will be a description, and then let's take a look at the original type. Go to the command. Yeah, and description. Well, not this one. This. This is this one on top. So let me put that over here and go to the options and Boolean string, all that stuff, and fine, and then go in over here. Right, so that's what I want to look at. So let's go back to this place. So we have the description, and as always, as before, we will have a alias, which is a string array. We can have a default, and in this case this will be Boolean, because I'm doing discriminate unions, right? So I don't have to make it generic. There is a group. Haven't really found much use case for this, so I'm again in version 7 going to skip this. And then there's something new, which is a multiple. So it could be expecting an array or expecting a single value. Okay, so that is what a Boolean looks like. So since these are all same, I can put this over here. Set it up like that. And the other two is paste. Numeric option is numeric, and then so this is number, and this is string options, and this is string, and then the default value is a string. Okay, or something like that. Well, the naming is a little bit off because this is really a record, and the name will be in this type, right? But we can think about that later. Okay, I'm missing an equal over here. All right, so that's the thing that we're going to work on. And so now we can change all this to using the new command. And one more thing I'm going to change is instead of having the base command pass in the last entry and then put it out, it doesn't make sense to do that really, is to put that in as a discrete argument. So the logic of it, I'm also going to change something. We work it a little bit. So in the original one, or let's say in version 7, what I did is I processed the option for each command. So let's go back over here. So this is the original public function. And in there, then I go ahead and first process the base command, and then go through each command and try to process it, and then also pass in the context in there so that I can emit warnings when I see one. So the one problem with that is the default commands. What it means is, say in the default base command, we have these default options, right? So no matter which commands, or almost no matter which commands we receive, these, right, like say for example the log values and the debug CLI will always exist, and then it will be set outside of the commands. So that's one part. And then also the version and help is that for versions, if there's no subcommands or the default command specified by the user will handle the version, the base command will be used to display this version, right? Or maybe actually currently it's not. It's also treated just like the other three options here, that it was kind of taken out of context and let the CLI handles it and just print out the version. And for the help, this is also taken outside, but it have some special treatment. Meaning, if we nail down to a particular command, right? Say the user passed in ABC and you specified a command called ABC, then that command will be used, and the help, even if that command does not provide help, the help will be executed for that command, so that the help for that command will be displayed, right, instead of the base one or the CLI one. So you can see there are some mismatch or some special handlings. It depends on which one will be executed, which one is passed in. So so in the original code, that's why I do this passing first, and then if it's version, then I do something to just return it, and then over here I'm assuming the others will be taken care by the CLI itself at the CLI level. So this will work fine, quote unquote, right? But the problem is now that if the user, because I want to provide more error message. Like say, for example, if the user provide an unspecified option, right? The command, it nailed down to a certain command, say ABC, and in that command, it doesn't specify a option called X, but the command line, when user use it, pass in the option X, and I would like to emit a warning to saying that, hey, X is not a valid option for this command, right? And we will try to execute the command, but want to emit a warning to show that. So that desire or that requirement combined with what I just talked about, this help, pose a problem, because these or none of these are necessarily need to be specified by each command, right? So meaning using help as an example, if the user put in ABC and then --help or -h, then if I do it like this, continue to do it like this, then a warning will be emitted. Hey, help is not a option defined by this command ABC, right? But again, it's a valid command because those are special, right? So if I really continue to doing it like this, then meaning this function will actually need to know all the special options provided by the base command, and then need to do special things about it, which is something that I don't want, right? Because it just make adding additional knowledge to this function, which it doesn't really need. So what happened instead in the new code is that I am not going to pass the context in there. So the sub functions in here, this process commands and this process command function will not emit the warning. Instead, it will put in, it will return an extra object to say that, hey, these are the options that I don't recognize. So then the top level function, this process argument function, will gather that information combined with checking the base command and stuff and get all of them together. At the end, if it is really something that the command, we will execute a certain command, but the option is not suitable for that command, then we will emit the warning based on these errors. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So yeah, so that's the new take or new design of this. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this. And well, the first test fails with this function, and we're going to fix it. Okay, so the one thing is now this get bottom command doesn't work for this anymore. So it's a good time to also copy it, base command, so that I can change the name to a better one. The bottom command, the naming is, I was just randomly making something up, and so now I can get rid of it. So then here I have this command, and I have the command type over here. What I'm going to do, well, I'm going to put it over here and just call it as command 2. Originally I don't want to put it over here because I don't want to make this file too big, because I want to eliminate this or update it anyway, so I don't want to mix them around. But since I need to reference it in multiple places, where another thing I can do is create a command file just to store the type or put them in the types. But I know later on I need to move it anyway, so just pick my poison. Right. So over here, then I can specify this is a Boolean, and then just do the same thing for all this. These are all Boolean. Okay, and then this one, the command has a name. I can get in between the two. Or let me put that over here. So I don't need to deal with the default command things for now, because right now we're focusing on the process arguments, right? So in there we will already have all the things that we need. So this string and then description string, and for that maybe we can, oh, that's nothing. We have this, which is fine, and then getting this thing and the argument. Should I? Well, I'll need to do it anyway. It's okay. We copy this over. So we have an argument. We don't need the options. And then we have the type. So yeah, let's add that in. And then we have the A. Well, all this at the end, it will be generic types, because I need to infer the types, right? But for now, let's just get the basic, right? Let's also move that over here. I'm just taking some shortcut again. And for arguments, it's okay to keep them as all string. Or not, or we can change that. But for now, I think it's okay. Let's just keep it like that. Okay, so we have this argument, and then so in the command over here, we just say comment2.argument. The good thing is we already default this to string, and these I can just also copy this over. Alright, so keep it like that. That would be fine. So this is just a command. And then over here, we get that. Change this to CLI command2. And CLI. Okay. And then over here is get base command. So now all of this, the areas are gone. Okay. So saving that, of course, the test will still fail. We haven't do anything yet. And now these options will look like this, right? So I can process it first. I want to clone this object, so the no, I don't want to clone this object. So what am I going to do? Well, since options are all optional, right? So I want to process the arguments. I use the arguments as a base and process that. Okay, we have this guy, which we don't really care. Well, actually we do care later on, but right now we don't care. Right, so we want to say reduce by key arguments, and so what we get is p well, key as an object. So we want this will be the new argument, right? So this is let's call it raw arguments, just like over here. So this is the raw argument, and then we want to get the parsed arguments here. So that first of all we have this that. Well, actually let's do a clone of it, because I know later on we might need to do something. Let's wait for TDD. So return P, reduce by key. So that's that. And so for the first thing is if that equals to the underscore, then just return P to skip that. So then the next thing is take a look at our test. So the test, the one that we're looking at right now is the version. So we pass in a version. So and we also dealing with the base. So we get this, and so if there's such a thing, no, that's not what I want to do. So if there is no, well, first of all, what if there's no options? I don't want to think about it that for them right now. So I'm going to do it like this. So this is something that we'll need to handle. So I'm just doing this so that I can focus on the test that I'm working on. So, so assuming the option exists, which we do because we are testing the base command. So we first take a look if it is the key is there, which actually is not, because the key what we receive is something like this, right, instead of the version. So I'm actually going to say it as well. Yeah, let's keep it as key, and then let's separate it. So if so to focus on the case that we are looking at. So then we say option name equals to key dot slice 2. Right, so then over here, it's all messed up. Oh yeah. So this would be option name if there's such a thing. Then so now what do we want in return? Well, it's obvious. We want this option name equals to the value, right? And we need to pass the value based on the type. So we will say convert value, and the input would be first what do we convert it to? So which is this guy, and we have a type. Well, we have the type. What we need is we need the type and we need the multiple. Maybe we also need the default. The alias is a different case. So the easiest is pass this whole thing in. And then we want the actual value, which is the raw arguments key. Right, so this gives us the raw value. So then we say value. Right, so this is a option. And 2 options. We don't know which type, and we will figure that out. And then here is the pass value result, which is just a string array. So oh, okay. It's actually not option, it's this. Now because of that, separate this. Okay. Let's name it better because I don't want to repeat this multiple times over here. So the options, let's call this option map, and then also export type options equals to really these 3 kinds. And so this can be just okay. And then over here command 2. Option map. Option map or options map? Option map is fine. Okay, so then over here we gotta change that, and right. So now over here we can do this. Essentially we can do a switch, and if it is Boolean, should I do the multiple first? Because over here I have to do it separated. Just option. Okay, what are options? Option dot multiple. If it is multiple, then it will be just values dot map we to convert it to Boolean. And for that conversion, for now I just do it like this. So this actually indicates something. So because I want to convert to a lowercase and then do a comparison. And this have all kinds of problem over here, and is something that typically we might need to deal with the error case. So there's a bunch of problem over here. So this one is just doing that, and then the other one will be just get the last entry and just that. If it is numeric, and I need to do the same thing. We'll convert it to number. Well, but there's still a whole bunch of problem over here, the same thing. This one is the easiest. Like that. Right, so that will convert the value to here. And I think it should work. So let's see. Oh, why? But why did I get it like that? What's going on? Am I passing the right thing? Second. Oh. Yeah. What? Oh, Remo, why this is like that? It shouldn't be like that. We just test this code. Let's see. But yeah, this is the same as this. Yes. What's going on? You should go in here. No, it did not go in there. Okay. Didn't expect that. So oh wow. Yep, it fell indeed. How come? Failing this call. I am lost. And the value pass? What? Okay. Because I was... No. No, what am I doing? Is I want at least one character. Maybe doing something pretty stupid. Hey, it's just regular expression. What did I do? What kind of stupid thing did I do again? That doesn't make sense. ABC works and version doesn't work. That makes no sense to me. What's going on? Maybe it's way too late at night. Well, this got to be some very stupid thing. So well, I am going to stop here today. It's way too late now, and I will take a look at this in the morning with a fresh mind. So, well, things happen. why this work and this doesn't work. Really have no idea at this hour. So well, I will continue tomorrow. All right, so that's it, and let's wrap up the video. So well, testing, some interesting things keep going up, you know, if we don't test. So but looking at this, you know, rewriting the code will allow you to take a look at things in different angles, and so that is the case here. That prompts me to end up creating a new data structure, right? So that's one thing, because when it's actually very common, right? When you are writing something and then you try to use some certain libraries, and then as you read the library, your mind will automatically framed, you know, fit into that library's way of doing things. Say for example, you're writing a React application, then as you're reading the documentation, it fits, you know, it's an immediate feedback loop, get back to your mind, so that you will think in terms of React, right? And so even if you try to follow clean architecture or solid principle, whatever, to try to separate the concern, because that is the only thing that you've seen, and the thing that you're looking at, or that particular framework or library, you subconsciously following that, right? Because that's the easiest way to do things, right? So a lot of times this is the implicit cost that you pay to in order to use certain library, and it's good to always go back and take a look at, you know, is that really what you want, right? And if there's any better way to do things. For example, over here, the comments, the comment tool. So it is a fine line we have to walk, and it is a difficult problem to tackle, because as that, you know, you automatically fit yourself, you know, that's how our brain works, right? When you look at something, you try to understand how it works, then you try to just mimic it. It's a human nature. And that's why, you know, testing, or maybe high-level testing or doing TDD is beneficial in this case, to try to mitigate this cost, because when you're writing TDD, right, not writing the code first, will help you to distance your mind from whatever implementation, the libraries or the code that you try to write from your mind, and keep your mind clear. And so again, TDD is a good thing to do, right? That's another benefit. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you learned something and hope you enjoy this, and we will see you in the next one, and I will go to bed now. All right, see you next time.